Hi, my name is Diana Ortega, and today we're going to be doing a run-through, not an actual GI study, but a run-through of a GI study on a cat. And the first thing we need to know is, why do we do one? You want to do a GI study on an animal that's having persistent acute vomiting with no obvious signs on the survey radiographs. If an animal is having recurrent vomiting, you can actually feel a palpable abdominal mass in the without obstructive bowel signs. There's weight loss, melena, or hematemesis, and the advantages of doing one is that with barium it's fairly inexpensive and it's pretty radio-opaque. Disadvantages are that granulomas or adhesions can appear if it is leaked into the peritoneal cavity. And contraindications for an animal which you wouldn't want to do would be if the survey radiograph shows obvious bowel obstruction, and if it also decreases the time, it would delay surgery and possibly delay the start of surgery because you have to make sure that the barium is completely out of the system. Now for dogs, they would get 6 to 12 mLs per kilogram, and for cats it would be 12 to 16 milliliters per kilogram. Now, in order to administer it, you can either use a feeding tube or a syringe. We would most likely choose a syringe because the animal would be awake and not sedated. And to prep prior to doing the GI study, if it's preferred, if it's an elective procedure, you would want to give an enema 2 to 4 hours prior to starting the series, and you would want to do a 24-hour fast. If the GI study is not elective, then the prep is usually very minimal, and the pets may actually suffer from injury, abdominal injury, if given laxatives or an enema. Alright, for the next part of our video, what we're going to do is we're going to measure him and position him for his lateral and VD x-rays. And we've already given him the barium, so what we need to do is measure him at the widest part, which is typically the last rib. So he's 10 for lateral, and for VD he's going to be about 11. So according to Santi's rule, it's 2 times 10 plus 40, so it'll be 60, and we already have the KVP set for 60, and when we do our VD view, it'll be 64. So what we need to do next, I have written down his information for my hand stamper in the developing room, and we already have our film in there ready to go. So what we'll do now is our lateral view. And for the GI series, it's immediately after you give the barium, 5 minutes, 30 minutes, and an hour post. And the first view, it's good to get the esophagus to the stomach, and then the remaining views, the stomach through the colon. So what we'll do now is make sure that he's collimated within the area. So I'll put my gloves on. It's important to extend the legs caudally so we get a good shot and the muscles and organs aren't superimposed on one another, and then the forelimbs are extended cranially. We have our marker, which we will put inside the collimated area. It's incredibly hard to do that with these gloves, so, and you want to, looks like we got him in, so then we just go beep, and that would be our view. Okay, for the final portion of our video, we're going to be doing our VD view for the series, and if I didn't mention it before, with each series, the immediate 5 minutes, 30 minutes, and an hour post, you're doing both a lateral and a VD view. And so we've already changed our film, and we've changed the KVP to 64, 65 is not wanting to go to 64 right now, but we have our marker inside the collimated area. I have narrowed it down, and for the VD view you want to do dorsal recumbency, and the collimation, the cranial border should be on the midline, halfway between the caudal border of the scapula and the xiphoid, and the lateral borders should be within the abdominal wall. So what we'll do now is we will position him. Now, because he's becoming irritated with us, say in the event this were a real GI study, I would get the veterinarian in charge, and perhaps maybe a little light sedative could be administered just to ease with the VD views. So what I'll do now is get ourselves situated, put my gloves on, and for the purpose of the video we're doing the best we can with our VD view, but he's kind of reaching his breaking point. But with the sick animal you might have a little bit more of a better shot at getting the VD view, so because they might let you do more. So what we'll do now, you want to extend the legs again, cranially and caudally. So this is about almost as good as we're gonna get. So we'll be okay. Alright, hold on. We almost got it. Okay, let him rest, let him rest. So that was almost what we were doing. In that 1 second he would have stayed still, I would have pressed the button. So this is what we're gonna do, so we're not stressing him out enough. Thank you for watching.